Welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War England campaign, episode the 84th with me, Skwalker. And when we left off, we had rescued Cagliari from a brief and terrible Sicilian siege. Terrible as in the army provided for me to fight was terrible. And we'd also killed off a lot of rebels. In fact, there was just many rebel clear-out episode, but my missiles basically made short work of everything. Still, there are things that we must still continue to do among this turn where we have been quite prosperous with our money. We started this turn with 30,000 florins. I've spent them all now, but I've still got 5,000 left to spend, and spend them I shall. That being said, next turn I'm projected to have it's so much I actually can't say it, because I'm like, oh man, I'm getting a lot of florins this turn. Charles, have you killed this? Yeah, you did. You murdered a princess this turn.
We are
and that
not
was very
fool enough to trade with our enemies.
Signed it off, so I can't really play the role of a man who has a high moral standing. Anyway, what is the plan for today? And by the way, yeah, you are in Vienna next turn. So what is the plan for today, my friends? Well, here is the plan. First things first, you lot get back into Breslau.
As you wish,
and you head for
Yes,
Stettin.
sire.
Stettin, by the way,
We
you
can
have
go no
retraining that
further
you must
today,
continue
sire.
with. And then once all this retraining is done, we're moving. That being said, another Polish army has just been spotted. Władysław
know
Piec.
your enemy. It is me.
It's got quite a few men, but at the same time, Breslau is growing its garrison. If you lot could join up with Breslau for now, we'll see where the Polish go, but they always have this weird habit of just kind of shifting and sliding. So Prague, I would recommend you also buff up your garrison in case they're coming your way. And in fact, start working on a gunsmith. We may have need of cannons in the near future. So yeah, Stettin has a task now. Hamburg, we can also start distributing some of your garrison here and there, and using it to attack the Polish. I mean, we've got a pretty good army here as it is, so let's start building up a little bit more. Let's get some infantry in this army and some longbowmen. Oh wait, you've got retraining to do. Oh, well, let's just get some retraining in there then. And any other areas where I could use spending money. I really need to keep spending money on my navy, so let's start recruiting some more hulks here, and we'll get you Admiral Jasper will link up with them, because there's still a few enemy fleets here and there that are getting in my way. Jacko, are you recruiting this turn? No, right, you know what, you hold off, just because there's other fleets hanging around. So Jacko, if you could continue with some naval recruitment, please. Just in case the enemy tries to, give me funny looks. But yeah, that's pretty much all my money spent now. So there isn't really anything left I want to do this turn. Was any retraining to do here? No, there was not. This unit of archer militia, by the way, needs to be sent away to a city to be retrained. Have them march on Paris. There's no other militia units left here now. Yeah, this army at Bordeaux is now pretty much ready for duty, and I am tempted to move against the Spanish now. That being said, I'm not particularly interested in moving against the Spanish. It's not that I have anything against them, it's just that I don't really see an invasion of Iberia as the best use of my time. And I'm worried that if I actually do get aggressive against the Spanish, the Moors won't take it very kindly. And while I don't really fear the Moors, they could become a thorn in my side while I'm trying to take over Tunis and Libya. And I don't really want to have them, fighting me at my back while I'm trying to focus on liberating lands off the Mongolians. So that's one hindrance that is preventing me from committing to a full-scale invasion of Iberia. That being said, if you recruit one last unit of spear levy, you can then potentially march your army out elsewhere. This would actually be a pretty good army to ship out to the Holy Land for the purpose of dealing with the Imperials. Oh, by the way, Sicily has a little island here. Well, they can have that island. They can use that to pretend that they're still a relevant faction once I've decimated these two cities. That being said, I do intend to take Naples. It's a pretty tempting target, and I have to admit, I'm tempted. So while Rome is in good stead for now, I really should get a spy out to do some intelligence gathering to see if there is a big army lurking around. But I don't at the minute, and I kind of want to keep my momentum up against the Sicilians. So I'm going to send a little task force down. I'll only send good units, so we're going to send in some, send in anything that's basically at full health. So that isn't really a lot of my units, because we did take quite a few losses at Rome, but this should be enough of a little expeditionary task force to
By
capture
your
Naples.
will,
So
sire, we shall engage.
you lot are going to move in and try and take the
Making camp
city.
here, noble sire.
Rome, you are not in the best of states now, but I'm going to take off your auto management, put you on a growth build policy. And alright, its public order isn't quite holding, but we might be able to get that back up and running next turn. That being said, there isn't anything left for me to do. All my units have moved where they need to move, I believe. So we are going to jump onto the next turn. No, I've already done my retraining on them. That was the only thing that just jumped to my mind. But yeah, everyone's moved who needs to move, so we are going to jump onto the next turn now. And we're going to observe our enemies. The main things I want to observe is if there is a Sicilian reaction to what I've just done here. I want to see where the Imperials move so I can plan out my strategy, and I want to see if this Polish army is going to attack me, and if they are going to attack me, what city are they after so I can manoeuvre my troops accordingly. Oh, can you move by the way, Admiral James? Yes, you can, right. You've also run into a Sicilian navy there. Well, it looks like you could take it out, so do so.
Yes, sire. Preparing to board and engage the enemy.
Let them flee, right.
Victory is ours, sire.
Get yourself back up to Rome, please, where you can be replenished. And I'm guessing someone hates me again. Yeah, the Papal States hate me even more. The Papal States, by the way, only marginally liked me because I basically voted for their Pope. So, yeah. That being said, I'm still excommunicated, and I'll probably be excommunicated for the rest of this campaign. That being said, I was also thinking about how are we going to deal with the Pope, because if he's now going to be openly hostile with me, we need to, when I'm campaigning elsewhere, meaning when I'm doing the final campaign in Mongolia, we need to be wary of how we're going to stop this guy when he gets ambitions again. So I think what our big priority is what I would like to do is I'd like to set up forts. I mean, this would be a perfect place for a fort, but unfortunately it's papal territory. So I think what we need to do ultimately is Bologna will need to permanently maintain a strong garrison, but we're going to change it into a militia garrison. Genoa can establish a fort here that will hold back any papal forces and buy me enough time to move in a stronger garrison. Rome can be attacked on multiple fronts, but if we establish a fort near this little bridge, we should be able to hold off any papal forces once more. If we establish another fort here, we'll keep the Pope in check. And then it'll force him to take a really long route to attack me, which we'll see him coming. We'll also establish a fort in this mountain pass to keep his ambitions in check. So that sounds like a lot of stuff I do plan to do, but right now I don't have the funds to do that. But next turn, I'm going to start plopping down some forts to start slowing down the Pope in case he does intend to attack. It's a little fortress strategy. But until we can do that, we must progress to the next turn. So enough dilly-dallying, enough shilly-shallying, enough talking, enough squawking. Let's just go on to the next turn. Time for everyone. The citizens of the city of Milan now claim to be the most punctual in the known world. Well, it's because it's being run by me. Or at least their overseers and taskmasters can claim to know when their works are tardy. An expensive mechanical clock has been set atop a tower so that everyone from prince to pauper may see the time displayed from the city streets. Typically, now that scholars and engineers have succeeded in creating a truly grand mechanical clock, the more malcontent members of the noble class have begun calling for a portable version of the device. Ha! I like that. That is pretty good. Right, clock towers are now a thing. We could build Big Ben. And by the way, we now want to blockade Toledo, or at least Council of Nobles wants to do that. I didn't even bother to check where it was, but I think Toledo's this one or somewhere. Where is Toledo? Let's have a little look. It is... oh, it's this one here. Well, this one. Alright, I could do that. Then again, once more, that'll escalate the conflict with the Spanish, and I don't want to do that. So, sorry, Council of Nobles. Even if the reward was... oh, wow, record with some of the best units available.
Ships ready!
I don't like escalating, but If I'm going to get the best units available,
Fine
I'll
day to
have a go
say.
at it. Blockade the port next turn,
We can
please,
go
and we'll see
no
what
further
happens.
this day,
End of
sire.
turn report, by the way. It's not as green as it was, but I'm still very wealthy, and I like that. But Stettin needs an upgrade, so there goes a lot of the money already. By the way, Stettin, if you want to continue with your retraining efforts, please. There we go. Why do you... God, no matter how much retraining I do here, we always seem to have more to do. Like, I don't know if the retrain is just not happening or if we've just got a lot of armor we need to upgrade. Then again, I'm getting these guys into basically better armor, so that might be it. I mean, what? Yeah, I've got an armorer now, so yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. Oh wait, jousting lists. I'm having these guys joust, aren't I? Yeah, so we're just getting them their initial upgrade from that. Alright, you lot, can you get back in there, please? Large City ready to upgrade as well. Bologna is ready for its upgrade, so that's another 9,600 florins gone, but it was worth it. Faction announcements. Lawrence Mowbray, the merchant of Dongola, has passed away. Alfred Heaven feels appreciated, despite the fact that we spend our entire life ignoring him. By the way, Alfred Heaven, how long have you been alive? Should be in heaven at this point. Oh god, how old are you? Like, actually, 38! Bloody hell, he's immortal! As is everyone, but my god, right, whatever. Humphrey Baker is now fair and rule. Ambrose Kerfos has an engineer. And Lose also has an engineer. Good. Structure report by Brett. Rennes has a warehouse. Milan a tavern. Stettin some jousting lists, and that's all. Rennes, your warehouse. What can we do now to make you happier because you're in a really bad mood? We can start working on an abbey, which sounds like a good idea, because it's really the religious issues that are the big ones. So we may as well just keep building up the churches, you know, just keep pretending that we have a favour. It's political, not religious, why we've caused this schism. Milan, you could start working on a military academy as well, but that would drain your funds. But the military academy would give me the opportunity to start recruiting demi-lancers. And they're a pretty effective, like, cavalry, and well, basically the only effective cavalry we can get from cities. Not to say that merchant cavalry militia are bad, by the way, it's just that we've seen better. But then again, an alchemist slab is cheaper, and I can use it to start getting my hands on some arquebusiers. But then again, you need repairs, so you're going to actually do repairs. Let's see what else is there for us to do. That's actually it. Venice also just did some repairs. Right, cool. Recruitment report by frame. Magdeburg's produced some dismounted feudal knights and some longbowmen. Bordeaux some levy spearmen. Ajaccio some cogs. Prague some archer militia and catapults. And then it's just all retraining. Nottingham, was there any retraining left for you to do, by the way? There is, right. Can you continue with that? And for some reason you still can't recruit any archers. But if you build a boyer, maybe you can. That's a little bit silly that I haven't built a boyer yet. There yet. But then again, we've basically moved so far over here. I've basically not had to develop stuff over here, which, yeah, isn't really good. I mean, let's face it, my capital city is pretty underdeveloped, and it's actually getting a little bit public order angsty. So start working on an inn so we can at least make the people happier. That being said, lowering the taxes will keep the people even happier, but I feel like well, actually, no, don't even bother building it, because the lower taxes will keep them happy for now. I was going to say, I feel like I owe it to the people, but then again, I'm probably going to need this money for recruitment soon, because I've still got that to do. But for now, let's focus on the other main issues of our turn. First things first, Christopher, you're going to move in, and, well, you're not only going to siege Durham. Oh, not Durham. God, I know you're from Durham, but Durham's way over there. No, you're not only going to siege Naples, you're going to capture Naples and take that one off the Sicilians to really stick it to them. I also need the money to start building some forts. We're going to be doing that to keep Mr. Pope in his house, because he's building up an army there. I can tell you that for free. Right, just hold your siege for 2 secs and just see what intel do we have on Naples. 2 units of Pavisa crossbow militia. Right, I've beaten these guys before. They can be a little bit of an R6 to take out missiles, but I'm not intending to do that. I'll blow them up with artillery and then watch my swordsmen walk in and cut them to pieces. Either way, take Naples and pretty much solidify my control of the Italian peninsula. We'll let them have Florence. Let the Pope have Florence. That's his zone. I won't invade his lands because, well, I'm not a hypocrite. For in what aspect I do not know. Just get this city taken, please. I could use the extra florins. Okay, so Captain Azzarello has pretty much nothing to defend his city with, so we're just going to move right in on this one, and well, this will be a pretty quick and easy siege.
Glory to your name, sire! Soldiers, I say only this.
Fight with the courage our nation expects, and all will be well. To victory!
Okay, there we go. Nice and simple, and for once the weather's nice, so I don't need to be smashing that wait button. Right.
Units, await my
I'd say there's a lot of planning and stuff that we need to do, but there really isn't. Right. Lads, all you need to do, catapult, just go there. All you need to do, bust that gate down, bust down any towers that I need to bust down, then despite a few tonights, just basically walk in, beat up anything that looks at you funny, and we win the battle. Right, end of. Then again, actually, no, do you guys even need to do it? You know what, General, you can do this one, and, but then again, I don't want to work, no, Hobilars, you can do it, right. Literally, you two can just go in there and clean this one out. So, let's just start the battle and get it over and done with, right.
catapult!
The enemy has also decided to actually defend their gatehouse, by the way, with some troops, but they're already running away, so I'll just take that bit back. I am going to neutralise any towers that I see as a threat, though, and I can because I have the gift of time, because I can just sit here and basically just bide my time against the enemy, and it looks like we're going to be keeping one unit near the gatehouse, so if that's how we're going to play it, I'm going to take these two towers out for security as well. Oh, no, wait, I'm running away. Well, I might come back when I cut down the gate.
The gates are down!
Not even worth telling me to go forth and mangle the enemy because there's so few of them. Right, I think the enemy's definitely running away. Cavalry, move in, and, well, look, I don't really need to tell you what to do. It's going to be a very simple job. You basically need to walk in there, you need to basically punch the enemy in the face, and then you win. So that's so, just get yourselves up that hill, and I'll see you up that hill, really, and I'll see you when we're up that hill as well, my friends. Okay, so the first few Pavises have decided to try and slow me down. They have just suddenly realised that, oh yes, we have missiles, and therefore we can probably start shooting the enemy. I've sent the Hobilars out ahead to start weakening the enemy, and the General's bodyguard will follow up. That being said, I probably should have used a few knights to charge him, because they would have just basically smashed him into 1,000 little pieces. But then again, I have so little respect for the strength of these guys, but they did do that annoying thing where we basically charged into his shield first. We kind of caught them at the wrong moment there. But I still don't expect these Pavises to have too much morale, though that being said, that volley actually was very devastating because no one died, so it was actually a very bad volley that they did there. So General's also just coming in to join in. I'm going to try and just get him to flank round and help out, but there isn't really a lot to say about this particular engagement. The Hobilars are doing what they can.
Like this, we will
and to be honest, now that the General's in there, that these Pavisa crossbow men stand very little chance of surviving. In fact, General, I want you to push your way through the unit, and I want you to deal with the other one. Hobilars, I want you to try and move through as well, because let's face it, you guys are going to be... Oh, whoa. Let's not do that thing where you start dying, General. Pull out. I feel bad about a pause, but General, you've suddenly started to become really bad at doing battles, so let's get you out of there. I don't want you to die all of a sudden. By the way, please run. Right, despite feudal knights, could you just come up here and help out, please? The battle, I got a bit cocky and it's all blown up in my face. Hobilars, pull back, please. They're going to try and chase you, but for now, just try and get out of there. General, yep, you're running. Good. Somehow that didn't go very well. Maybe these Pavisa crossmen are actually designed to be anti-cavalry, and I didn't realise it, like doofus. Well, that's me embarrassed. I guess the enemy can have a slight claim to claim that they did okay in this battle, but oh well, it doesn't matter, because I'm sending in a better unit who's actually just going to mangle them now. General, just get yourself out of here in general, really, just because I don't really want to suddenly see you die by taking a crossbow bolt to the head. It'd be quite painful, and I'd be very annoyed if that was to be the case. Anyway, knights are on their way. They're taking their time, so it's going to take them some time to arrive, so I'll see you when they've arrived. Okay, so the enemy Pavisas have once more come out to meet me. So I'm going to have my guys just speed up now. It's a little run up the hill, which I know no one likes running up the hills, but the quicker it gets up there, the quicker we're going to take down these Pavisa bastards who are going to cause me a little bit of heartache, but because I'm not getting the most... Oh, actually, that was a pretty accurate set of shots I got in there, and yeah. It's a fair few of my guys take out in one volley, but luckily we're not just going to stand there and just take a load of volleys. Instead, we're going to run in and try and attack a tree for some reason. Lads, come on. Come on, I know you know how to navigate streets. Please don't be silly. I need you up there and taking down those crossbowmen before we wipe you all out, because these guys have decided that they're going to be quite strong and quite annoying. So I need you to get in there and take the losers out. Please don't prove me as a loser. I want the city out. I want the city for myself. It's quite an important city to the Sicilians, because this will relegate them to basically controlling the seas and nothing more. And
our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash.
I need some of you to try and get on the flanks, lads. That's going to put more pressure on the enemy units, so we can just charge through once more. Right, keep fighting, men. Looks like the Visas are now starting to lose morale and starting to lose numbers. Doesn't help that another load of them are trying to rain missiles on them, because these guys have got their Pavisa shields on. They might not be taking a lot of damage from friendly fire, because, well, the Pavisa basically stops them being shot in the back. But still, looks like that we're still taking them down, so I don't think that'll last too long, actually. So keep it up, lads. Take down what I'm now going to call tortoise archers, because that's what they are. They're like tortoises who've got shells on the backs, aren't they? Turtle archers. I like that. I feel like it might be a Chinese unit as well, like Chinese turtle archer. Sounds good. Really, really good. But for now, let's just keep moving in. My numbers going down steadily, and my lads are just also really raking in the experience of these guys. These Pavisas seem to be quite tough. I'll need to know that for the next time we have them, but right now they have retreated. Get my next load of lads to get in there, and then at least once we're not...
half their men.
Yeah, I know, they've lost half their men. But at least this time they won't be using their missiles, we can just keep them on the melee, where I seem to be somewhat superior, but that was a painful volley I just took there, by the way. That was a lot of my men dead, but it's alright, we've charged in, we're going to bring them down now, and hopefully it all should be well from here, but I don't think I'm actually going to call all my armoured swordsmen. I could have brought my longbowmen in, actually, but I had a feeling they would have lost the volley battle here, because my numbers were very inferior, and to be honest, I had a feeling that Visas are designed to kind of resist missile damage, so that's why I didn't really want to bring them in onto this battle. Still, I paid the price of my cockiness today. General's bodyguard did not fare well, but luckily the general lived. That's the most important thing. His bodyguards were coverable. I feel a little bit annoyed that I allowed it to go to waste, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't get the worst outcome.
The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
And my guys are moving at supersonic speed, because there isn't really a lot to see in this battle. We're just gonna let my men just mow down whatever's left. See if we gain any more experience. Actually, we've got a lot of chevrons going on here.
Our men have taken control of the city.
Good going, lads. Right, keep taking out the last unit. I'm sure they'll surrender any second now, and then that is where we can call this a battle, and we can move on to the next thing on our agenda.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Good job, men. Good victory. A few too many losses, but I take the blame for them entirely this time around. I made errors that I shouldn't have made, but, well, I've got to made them, haven't I? Either way, for now, Naples is mine. And I now control southern Italy, which I
honourable,
like.
glorious victory! Victory, my
Occupy the
liege!
settlement, please.
A most noble conquest!
And that makes Christopher quite chivalrous in his run, by the way. He's gained additional chivalry and authority. Keep the taxes low to keep the people happy, and there's no repairs to do, because apparently the gates just magically repaired themselves. The people are a bit glum, so start building an inn just to keep them in line for now. And I don't know if there's any retraining that you can do. We'll merge up whatever we can. I don't have a castle I can send them back to. I guess I could use a castle in the air, but that's kind of what Cagliari and Ajaccio do. In one way, if we do capture Sicily, I would like to turn it into a castle, and I can't convert this at this point because, yeah, it's too far gone. That's fine, that's fine. So I'm building what I can. Recruitment options here aren't too brilliant. Well, we're on a point where we can recruit build militia, but right now there's nothing for me to recruit. Because I guess we need really a turn just to get the town subjugated and assimilated into my ways of doing things. Rome, is there anything you'd like to build, by the way? We could get you on a cannon maker, an armourer, a naval academy might be a good idea. Crop rotation, city hall, alchemist lab. Can we recruit arquebusiers here? No, we can't yet. What building do we use to get arquebusiers, actually? That's something that I want to know, because I can recruit from in Milan, and I don't know what building we are using to start recruiting these guys. It's a bit weird, but is it the army barrack? Yeah, it's the barracks level. So yeah, we've got the maximum barracks here, which is the army barracks. So the militia one was one that gave us heavy bill militia, so the army barracks adds arquebusiers into the mix. So that's what we need to get more of these guys. So I'm not going to build alchemist slabs until we have a level where we can start building arquebusiers. That being said, I don't really know what the alchemist slab does, but I'm going to build one in Milan soon so we can start playing with that. I'm guessing it just provides attack upgrades or improves their general effectiveness. So yeah, you're not going to be getting your hands on arquebusiers quite soon, Rome. You will need to upgrade your barracks, which I don't think you can do just yet, but still a few other fun things that we can do. An armourer would be a good one to start getting heavy mailed units, so we can start looking at getting spear militia, because these castle units will need to be taken away for retraining soon. Actually, no, don't do that, because I need ships. So start working on some gun hulks, and I can't afford another castle, right? That's a shame, but alright, that's fine. Okay, no problem. Let's make a plan for what we're going to do next. So, let's see. What is next on the agenda? Right, so, what is the move, as I say, because I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. You're still moving up on Edmund Carolinga. Assassin, how are your odds on getting rid of Carolinga now? 32%. Still not good enough. Hubert, can you get into Vienna, please, and get me a readout on the garrison?
Investigating with discretion, my lord.
I like that you investigate with discretion. Please do it quietly. Good job, right. Standard Imperial garrison. Bit more numerous than usual, but that's fine. But that being said, hello there, Emperor Henry the Watcher. I see you've been watching me. What is in your army then?
The Kaiser wants you dead, and I'll make it happen.
Ah, so you refer to yourself in the third person. So he's accompanied by Prince Heinrichus, and well, I can't really say I'm impressed by the Emperor's army or the Kaiser's army or whatever he wants to call himself. There's a lot of mercenary units in there, a lot of mercenary Frankensteins, and for some reason some Crusaders. Okay. But it's town militia, sergeants, well, actually not even sergeants, spear militia, one unit, yeah, it's not a lot. That being said, the army I'm sending right now might not be enough to deal with it. Captain Howard does have a pretty good army, but he's going to need more. So, get yourself up to here.
Yes.
And let's see what Bologna could provide you to assist
March
you.
to exhaustion.
So,
It is in both our interests to trade.
yes, I know, you like trading, thank you for telling me that. By the way, Assassin, anyone there that we could take out? No.
You have a target
Don't
in
want
mind,
to start killing
my king.
Hungarians.
Name thy target, sire. You have a target in mind, my king.
Start moving up on Vienna, because I want you to maybe do some
Name
sabotage
thy
up there, because yeah, there's stuff we
target,
can sabotage, so
Years to build.
there we go.
Minutes to destroy.
Right, so
Tomorrow's
Sire.
what have we got here? So there are units that I'm going to get rid of. So the Hobilars can be sent for retraining, as can the
Sire.
Mailed Knights. They're now
By your command.
basically in
Orders.
weaker numbers. I'm going to keep the Feudal Knights on board. These English
Sire.
Knights as well, they can be sent back for
Yes.
retraining.
My lord.
And everything else is good. So I've got plenty of spears and I've got plenty of archers. I need more infantry. I need more infantry that can basically do the heavy hitting, the grunt work. I don't really have a lot that's available to me, but okay, I produce Bill militia here. Right, so I need billmen and I don't have any, but then again I've got some Bill militia here.
Sire.
They'd fit the bill quite nicely, and some arquebusiers. So Milan's going to provide those for me. And Toby, if you could get into Milan just to stop the town from having an apocalyptic meltdown of a paddy. Right, we've got the town actually somewhat contented now. I won't be putting the taxes up in a hurry, though. So yeah, Captain Howard's army is now looking a little bit better because, well,
Orders.
you need those
Sire.
build militia in your army, in
Yes,
fact.
sire.
So those build militia will just be good as a
Forces,
general
sire.
heavy-hitting infantry unit who's going to basically go around clobbering the enemy militias and all that. I think really I more or less have the units I need. More spears can never go amiss, sir. So
Sire.
provide 2 extra spear militia to Captain Howard's army, please. And I want to give him more bill militia, but I can't. I don't have any here that I could contribute. And I don't really want to give him town militia. I don't really believe in using them. And again, ballista, yeah, ballistas have their uses, but I'm going to be spending some money on fortifications. Oh, actually, yeah. Some dispatch feudal knights, give him another unit of arquebuses, and yeah, I think that actually might be about it. In a way, I would like a general to be leading this one. I would like Francis. Oh, give him, yeah, you know, have a third catapult as well. Right, that's a pretty good army that I'm setting up now. So you lot will be headed up. You'll have to do a veteran Carolingian first, but then you are on your way to Vienna for the final confrontation. God, I've got so many militia troops up here as well now. Tell you what, send some of those militias up to Prague just to give their garrison a bit of a boosty uppy. There we go. Don't think we need to do any more recruitment in Nuremberg. Nuremberg should be a safe city now. There shouldn't be any more need for recruitment here. In fact, we'll probably start disbanding units very soon. I think we're gonna sit down and do a bit of a review on the 130th turn. Righty-o, so you know where you're going now. Right, Francis, I have a job for you. We need to establish some forts to keep the Pope hemmed into his own land. So we're going to put one here. So if you could take, let's say, we'll put 2 spearmen. We don't need to put strong units in these forts. We're just building forts just to keep the enemy at bay. So pop a fort here.
Building a bastion of defense.
Yeah, it's not really a bastion, it's just more of a camp that'll slow down the enemy. But there we go, that fort there will keep one access off of the Pope. The only really main access the Pope will get is he will be able to attack Bologna at any time he wishes, because, yeah, there's so much proximity there that there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. But, you know, I can put a fort here, I can put a fort here, and, well, that'll be it. The Pope will have to keep to his own lands. But it takes money and it takes the general to do it, and I will need to do some scouting here just to make sure that there is nothing untoward that could do me any harm. If I had a spy I could put in the area, I would, but I don't. And yeah, I've ignored you this turn, haven't I? And you've still got retraining to do, and you've still got stuff to recruit. Recruit a unit of billmen, and I'm still pushing you close. So that being said, if the Spanish remain quiet, I might be able to send some units from Toulouse out, which might get things sped up, because I'm getting a bit sick of just looking at Marseille just being an independent city. It needs to be back in my lands. I've given them independence for too long. So I could probably spare a couple of troops, but I don't have the money right now. I've spent it on other projects. But then again, you know what, Rome, do you really need that gun hulk right now? You don't really, right? So, and yeah, let's get your troop recruitment done. And Captain Walter, you're headed somewhere else, right? So, get another. Nah, don't do another unit of armored. No, yeah, actually do another unit of armored swords. And then I need more spears. So, actually do 2 spears and then do some artillery, because we're going to need artillery to take the city down as well. So, there we go, looking good. Right, his army's building up quite nicely. So now I am confident in my ability to advance to the next turn. So, let us exercise that ability and progress to the next turn.
Man your posts! The enemy fleet is upon us!
Alright, a Spanish fleet intercepted my guys who were making their way home from Mongolia. Best of luck to you, lads, you might not make it out alive. No, they didn't make it out alive.
Sire, we should disengage. The enemy shows no mercy. Ah!
Okay, my spies tell me a Spanish attack is incoming, so we'll move to stop that. Elfgar Walkley, by the way, wants to marry in. He's 43 though, so that isn't looking good. And to be honest, he's only got 1 command. My god, we've got a lot of notifications to deal with. Too many of them are about spies and stuff though. Oh, one was a book though, so that means something's happened. But yeah, Alfgar has Marks of War, which gives him additional authority and hit points. He's loyal, promising commander, fair fighter, and he's also religiously active. But I'm sorry, the age thing puts me off. If I was desperate for generals, you'd be in, but I'm not. Oh, Pope Ventura died. Well, he lasted ages. I think that was about an entire 2 turns he did, and I didn't even kill him. Well, I guess it's time for a new Pope then. Oh, but bold predictions. An aspiring English scholar by the name of Walter Merle claims that he is able to predict the weather. Unlike the mystical ramblings of yesteryear's heretical pagans, who claim to have a spiritual insight into when the heavens will open up, Merle has stated that he can do this simply by scientific observation. Apparently Merle's predictions are correct more often than not, but his system is still being perfected. Surely it'll be only a matter of months now before man knows exactly how the weather will behave. Alright, so the first weather reporter, how nice. And papal election time. Right, let's get it over and done with. So who's up for election? We've got a Spanish one, we've got a Polish one, and I've got an English one. We all know that it's going to be the Spanish or the Polish one. But just to try and once more curry favour with the Spanish in some sort of lost cause, even though I'm basically now just basically walling the Pope in to his own little territory, I'm going to vote with Spain because Joffrey is not getting papalhood. I can just tell you that now. Because, well, the other two factions, they've got better reputation than me. I'm apparently deceitful, which I find bullshit. I think I'm a very nice person when you get to know me. Alright, the new Pope doesn't like me, but I wasn't really expecting that. Rioting happened in Paris, by the way, which has resulted in the life of Prince Simon ending. But yeah, Malobo the missionary won, so it is now Pope Salvi of Spain, so there we go. You were wise to support him and he will not forget your show of faith, except he barely cares, like, yeah. I still remain excommunicated and he's basically holding all of my enemies in high regard, so yeah. Anyway, a few things. A traitor to our people, Captain Howard. This man has forsaken his pledge of loyalty unto our royal crown and sworn fealty to a new master. Who is he fealtied over to? And where is he? He's, well, it's Captain Howard Stewart. Right, well, half his army abandoned him at least. Alright, Howard.
I'll only address you in battle.
Right, Howard, we're going to have a little chat later. I suspect that the Pope was behind this one because I'm going to say it was, and I feel like I'm right. Polish agent detected and executed. Papal agent detected and executed. End of term report. Yeah, we're losing a bit of production now, but I'm remaining fabulously wealthy. Most advanced faction is now Spain. Right, well, kudos to them. Agent found in Breslau, but he escaped. Faction announcements. Ralph the Unorthodox passed away. He was only a prince, sir. Prince Humphrey, or Humphrey someone, has now been named new faction heir. Charles of West Derby has been born. Elfgar Webb is of age, and Thomas Bower is of age. So first of all, Prince Humphrey, who are you? You are currently leading the garrison at Stettin, and you will be on campaign soon against the Polish, who I think are planning their next attack, so we'll be looking into that very, very soon. And Elfgar Webb is of age. He's in London. He has an awful moustache that I can see from here. And he is aloof, which makes him unpopular. He's also attractive, though, which makes him popular. He's got good morals, so that gives him authority and resistance to bribery. He's proper. He's mean. And he's natural. So he'll make me tax money, but I have a feeling he's a bit of a public order liability. That being said, his ability to command isn't brilliant, so well done, Ilfgar. Because I can't be bothered shipping you off somewhere, you get to be the new garrison commander of Carnarvon, so off you go, enjoy the rest of your life. Admiral Lope, you're just wandering around. I'm not admiring you, by the way, I was just making sure that you're not up to something naughty. Right, so yeah, rioting has hit Paris, which is a bit of a bummer, but it seems like they've got it out of their system, so I'm guessing they just really didn't fucking like the prince, which I guess I should have seen coming, but I guess he just wasn't very popular. Hostilities ceased, by the way. The Mongols are no longer at war with the Byzantines. Alright, that's a minor interest to me. Recruitment report, by the way. Angers has levy spears and a catapult, and then that was all that we actually recruited that turn. Construction report, however, Dublin has mines, so good. Dublin, let's get you working on something else now. A merchant's wharf would be great for getting more money in, so let's get that sorted out. Oh dearie me. And Toulouse has upgraded its ballista towers, which is good because, oh actually I'd say there's an incoming attack, but not sending a lot our way. Could just say, let's make some cannon towers. Well, you know what, make them cannon towers, and Bordeaux, you will do the same. Let's get some cannon towers set up, so if I'm going to be holding my ground against the Spanish, let's make sure we have something mighty to throw at them. And then Milan's just done some repairs, right? Wait, what's Captain Ricardo up to then?
Name the field of battle. We will meet you there.
This is not a lot compared to what the Spanish were initially sending. Some sword militia, crossbow militia, and Jeanettes, right? Let it come and we'll deal with it. The other thing that's on its way about is Captain Jesus. Yes, Jesus himself is now against me. Jeanette, swords, militia, and 2 trebuchets, right? I need more effort out of you, Spade, if you are actually going to be my enemy. And my spy also. Oh, by the way, a Sicilian army incoming. Tisano Guilani.
Hate me, but you cannot defeat me.
We'll deal with him later. I am going to have to make up a new plan now because the betrayal of Howard has actually now... It's going to put me at a bit of a disadvantage because that was the army I was going to use to overthrow the HRE, and now it isn't going to happen. By the way, Spike, get back in there. I've already seen you going. Oh my god, you twat. One time I skip the movie and you get yourself killed, right? Not good. Can you go and murder the Emperor?
You have a target in mind, my king.
Right. Oh, who's that by the way? Oh, Hermann von
The
Dusseldorf.
Kaiser's finest yearn to face you in
A
battle.
random Imperial random. Oh god, we've got a bit of a heretic problem going on here. I think the Polish are literally herding them into my city. Right, can we get a priest recruited who can put them down? I have a priest over here, but he's miles away.
I cannot preach there,
but you know what? He's going to come over anyway because
Continuing
I
once
don't
I have
trust my ability to get rid of him. I mean, what are you on?
Name the blasphemer.
52% for that heretic and
Who is the
52 for the other
heretic,
heretic.
sire?
He wears a very nice hat by way of Priscilla. A big hat, but he has the occasional need to pray for his sins. What his sins are, we do not know.
If you will not show your people the truth, then I will.
Alright, I don't know what the truth is, and yes, I have seen you there, Mr. Polish Spy. I will be assassinating you or something at some point. Right, what do we know about this Polish army that intends to attack? Nothing is what we know, right? We really need, well, we need a new spy in general, really. So, Breslau, I have confidence that your garrison should be enough for now. I will give you an extra unit of archer militia, but you know, I need you over a recruitment slot for a spy. Alright, what do we know about Hermann von Dusseldorf then?
Face me in battle. It is the honorable way to
It's a
resolve
joke of an
this.
army, so let's just go and wipe him out now. You lot, get out there and take him out.
To war then,
I know
sire.
he'll just run away, but I might at least get the intel on what his entire army is, so... No, he wants to fight, fine, he's gonna get absolutely curb stomped then, but what he's bringing is 1 unit of peasant archers, Hermann von Dusseldorf himself, and a unit of Hussites. Alright, that's new, and crossbows. What are Hussites, by the way? Hussites are a religious and political uprising by the peasants of Bohemia. They're apparently elite troops armed with crossbows, and they're good at hand-to-hand. Okay, well, I'm sorry that the Bohemians are in a bad mood. I didn't know Prague was in Bohemia. I thought it was about here, but, oh well, either way, Hussites can huss off, because I'm going to just basically slap them with my archer militia, and then I'll flatten them with a catapult, but... Herman, if you want to lead your little Hussite rebellion, I have to say, it ends here.
Give them no quarter this day, men.
Okay, man. Let's just get on with this one.
await my
The weather
orders.
is quite favourable, so there shouldn't be an issue with that. And there are plenty of you, so there shouldn't be an issue with our numbers. So let's just get you over here. So it's a bit of a valley battle, but well, I don't know where the enemy's going to deploy. They could go here, they could go here. I always tend to go to the right, and then I always end up on the left, but... This is like a nice area to deploy on, so I'm going to deploy here anyway. Catapult, you're up front. Well, you're not really up front. You're up here. And then, you know what? I'm going to split my army up. So, 3 units of archer militia will go here. And they will basically fire upon the enemy. That being said, because the enemy is pretty much all missiles, let's make sure we go in loose formation to ensure that we don't get hit too hard. So, there we go. But then, here's the magic of my plan. 3 of you will deploy over here, and basically we'll just march in 2 fronts, because then if the enemy does deploy elsewhere, this battle won't last forever, because I feel like I have more than enough men to win this battle. So the spear militia will go with this army here, so they will march here. The swords will march here, so you lot will go here. and you will just help out there. Right, good. Right, let's just get on this battle. And they're deployed here, so I'm going to need the spears to make their way in. But right, catapult first is first. You need to move in and start playing blow up the Hussite. Archers, you need to start moving in. Other archers, you need to also start moving in. So you can move in on this angle, and spears, you can also move in here as well. That being said, I am wary that we are basically fighting an uphill battle, so there is going to be a slight advantage to the enemy. So I am scared that they could do a lot of damage to my infantry in this one. So let's play conservative with our infantry for now. We could make this a merely missile battle, but if I start to get too many losses, I will rush my infantry in. That being said, infantry, if you could take the longest approach possible, I think what we could do is we'll play distraction techniques. We'll get the enemy to focus on volleying back and forth with my archer militia first, before doing anything else. If they spend more time playing with my archer militia than you know, dealing with any of my other units, that's where the advantage will come to us. Is my swordsmen can just basically go in undetected. So everyone has an order. They are going to take on basically one unit each. Herman won't be touched by my missiles for now. I have other intentions for him because mainly I want to get my spears in there. Spears, where are you? You are making your way up the hill. Good. You will basically more or less take the same path as the knights are taking right now in order to keep out of the eye of the enemy. So if you just get yourselves up there now, you should be a most useful asset to me. So here we go. Archer, oh, catapult, yeah. If it's uphill, I'm guessing you just need every range advantage you can get. So keep making your way up there. Archers, if you just keep making your way up there as well. The enemy is probably going to start opening fire on me very, very soon. But ooh, there goes the first. Ooh, hang on. Ooh, I think we just slightly overshot it, but good try, lads. Good try. Okay, archers, you all know what you're going for, so just get in there, get in range. Those Hussites are the particular target I need to take down. I think they may be well armoured, so I'm probably not going to get too many kills off them. I don't really want to go for fire arrows because I already have a feeling my arrows aren't going to be finding their targets too well anyway. I'm just about to clip away a little bit of a general's bodyguard as well, so that's cool. It's classed as a unit of feudal knights as well, but yeah, that's the general's bodyguard, right? Spears, you're a little bit too far behind now. If you could start making your way up, please, that'd be absolutely brilliant. Generally, you need to be getting your way up there as well, but right now, lads, you're getting plowed by enemy missiles. I mean, I'm sorry, but your range cannot be this bad. Like, come on. Cut me some slack as to how much range you actually have, because right now, I'm a little bit concerned. By the way, here are the Hussites. They look like your average band of crossbowmen. They're just giving themselves a fancy name, really, so they'll die like any other man. In fact, there goes one of them now, so yeah, he hussed it. Right. Archer militia, yeah, I've got all my other archer militia. So they're all incoming. But as it stands, yeah, we're already breaking into the enemy. I did lose a few of my own men through one volley, but yeah. While I say I lost a few, the losses have not escalated to a serious condition just yet, so as it stands, this is our battle to win at the minute, and the enemy is trying to pull their position back. Fine, fair play to them. We can still move in. The only thing that is the issue is if the enemy general gets an arc on and tries to attack me. But as it stands, he's been relatively dormant so far, and I've got all of these guys now just coming in to help out. So all of you, get in there, take down a respective target, and basically I want you just to overwhelm the enemy position with as many missiles as we can. Because we're not going to be hit with accuracy, so let's just make sure we're just bombarding with as many missiles as we can. Let's see how well we can do. Let's just hope we don't make a repeat of what happened at the last battle where I was just basically using longbowmen to basically snipe people down the hill. Well, my shots have been finding their marks and getting the kills, but then again, my unit of feudal knights is almost in position. Keep moving in, lads. Spears, if you keep doing the same, the enemy is quite distracted at the minute, so I think the ball is in our court. And ooh, artillery, you just want to keep hitting that general, don't you? You're not hitting him yet, but you're doing everything you can. Keep trying to hit those Hussites because they're the only thing that you can hit without having to move all the way up for them. But then again, you're just going to do it anyway. Fine, but you can hit that crossbow militia, so why don't we get some shots going, please? All the other archers are still getting into position. Archers, can you like not hit anything? Like, yeah, come on, there's stuff you can hit now, so just start getting your shots out, please. Alright, come on, catapult, show me a good shot. Oops, some of my dismounted English knights have taken a few right there. Taking a bit of a hit, that's fine. I expected her to be taking some hits, but as it stands, yeah, the enemy missiles are coming down. The Hussites are still in relatively good numbers though, but right, I think these guys will be nuts. I think the Hussites are the ones.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
We're still doing all right, and I think we may have pulled up. Yeah, I think we pulled the attention of the enemy general now. All right, he's going to start marching forward. Okay, knights, I want you to start coming in a bit more aggressively now, just because I don't. Because yeah, the big flaw in my plan is the enemy general might just run forward and basically try and shank all my archers, which I think he's actually going to try and do now. All right, spears, you've got a clear approach on him. Get in there and take him while we have the opportunity. Archers are already set to skirmish, so they'll skirmish should the need be there. Archers, I'd recommend skirmishing now. Actually, just try and get yourselves out of there because we have left you exposed, and it has caused issues. Ooh, we nearly got them there. So my lads are retreating. Spears, you're gonna have to chase him down and get him pinned down. Might be able to do it. I mean, he's just right now he's having his fun, and yeah, I lost some serious archer numbers there. That was my fault. That was a bit of a miscalculation on my part. Right, but you lot spring from the forest. Take down whatever you can, make those Hussites a priority, because if they claim they're the strongest unit, then let's just get rid of them now. Spears, good one on getting involved in the battle though. You should be able to take this one down. Artillery, if you could please stop firing, because right now it's a risk zone.
The battle is very much in our favour.
Archers
if we remain
who are not
true
retreating,
and steadfast,
regroup
victory will be
at
ours.
the artillery and await further orders from me, because I may still have a use for you. Do not fire at will though, but and no more skirmishing. The enemy general right now, we can consider him a write-off. He's screwed. The spears know what they're doing. They're in there, and I'm going to start peeling them around so we can get him surrounded and killed. Because he is going to start trying to run away, or at least no. He just wants to play my archers more. He just wants to be an absolute dickhead basically, and trying to avoid fights that he can't win. Which yeah, I guess really you know is the epitome of a general who has a brain, but at the same time I just kind of find him to be a dick. Right, you lot are doing quite good. You managed to push the Hussites away, but look. Let's not have another situation where we're chasing them across the entire map. Let's get the general killed, and then we can call it a day. End of. Right. Enemy general's in a bit of a pickle now. He's having a tantrum, so he's going to fight to the death. Right, come on. The Hussite rebellion ends here. I don't even know what it was all about, but you can tell it to the judge or tell it to the Grim Reaper. Either way, just tell it to someone who gives a shit. Right. Come on. Why isn't he dead yet? Want him fully dead. Come on. It's just him left. Right, what's going on over here? I've got some peasant archers incoming. Right, lads, you can go and try and deal with peasant archers if you want. Try and get behind them. The Hussites are following us around, trying to fire up some
missiles. Our men have
but,
captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Oh, we'll just be killing him for now. Okay, spears, if you want to start moving in and attacking everything that's left, same goes for you archers, so you can just come in and basically just try and volley off those Hussites who are left. You lot, yeah, just run in and take down those peasant archers. You are going to take a few fire arrows, unfortunately, but it's still not going to work out for them. I've got my guys coming in, and I've also got spears just everywhere now, so anything that they attack is actually they're routing, right? Leave them, and if we're going to rout, they're going to rout. End of, right? Let's move in on those Hussites and get them broken down, but that being said, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just going to be chasing away a unit of archers, so I think I will leave this battle here, and I will see you when they're taken out, because otherwise it's going to be watching a painfully extended version of that Roadrunner show.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack. All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
We've now won. So, yep, that was that one done. A few losses, yep, because the enemy general decided to suddenly run forward, which cost us a couple of numbers. Yeah, I probably should have had my spearman position better instead of trying to be all clever, but you know what, at the end of the day, I have victory, the enemy is wiped out, and that's what makes me happy, right? Let's hit that merge key, and then retrain whatever we can retrain, and that is looking good. Anything we can build in Prague, by the way? Well, Prague's already building something, so there isn't really anything we can do there. Right, goody gumdrops. That being said, unfortunately, my friends, we are just about at the end of this episode. Now, we are left with a few major dilemmas in what we need to do within the issue of the betrayal of Captain Howard. Now, we will be looking at this next episode. However, I think provisionally we need to get some troops put together at Milan. And, well, we need to work out what troops stayed and which ones left. So I am going to need a spy or some sort of subterfuge here. So you know what, we are going to recruit an additional spy, because I think I need to definitely start topping up my number of spies. And while we're here, Venice is having another growth issue. So Venice, let us give you something to make you happy again. We'll give you a coaching house, but an abbey would be quicker to build, and it would give us some religious bonus brownie points. And start recruiting some more spear militia to keep the people in check. Okay, so yeah, that is where we are going to call it an episode, my friends. And I do apologise if this wasn't the most action-filled episode, but hey, you know what? Next time we've got a lot of money to spend. That being said as well, can we get some more arquebusiers here and some more heavy build militia? They'll be useful for joining this attack against Howard. And also Innsbruck will be in charge of building our new army to finish off the Imperials. So it's really a standard Imperial army. So what we need to do is we need to throw in quite a few yeomen and some good infantry. We're going to throw in some armoured swordsmen because this will be a new frontier against the Polish as well. So I want this to be a city that lasts, and also in case the Hungarians suddenly turn on me. Actually, you know what? No, we can have some fun with this one. Recruit a Rybo actually, because I wanna get some fun artillery in this one, just because we can have a chance to play with it. Also build a tourney field, by the way, to get some public order increases here, and also get a unit with free upkeep. Hey, I like that, and also more experience for knight. Yeah, that looks fun, but that's not what we're building today. And also we've still got retraining to do. Right, get that retraining done now. And yeah, so I've still got 11,000 florins to spend, but we'll be spending those next time, because until then, I do hope you have a lovely evening, my friends, and I'll see you on the next episode, where we'll be dealing with Captain Howard and rethinking our strategy for finishing off Vienna. And I think we'll also start thinking about how do we go around getting our hands on Palermo. Oh yes, I'm just going all out with the Sicilians now. Screw it, we're crushing them quite well. So we'll get the big upset sooner or later where it all goes wrong, but for now, let's ride that hot streak while it's hot.